1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talkshow podcast with Emmy Hikins and Trevor Gear.
And my brother, Trevor.
Can't be solved. But maybe these some of these coincidences will teach us that sometimes we can't get to the bottom of something. We will never really understand just what is at play sometimes. Now, I know when in your comment on WhatsApp yesterday, you said you think most things are coincidence. Well, that's a view, and I think you're probably right that when coincidences happen, then yeah, it is the laws of chance, the laws of probability are in play. I mean, it's almost bound to happen. But sometimes it goes beyond that. Now, I'm going to start off with quite a simple one, which we can probably say is down just to chance, but I'll be interested in your view. Now, this was quite a remarkable case, actually, in the 1950s, when two comic companies that made comics, publishers, one in America and one in the UK, quite independently, without any knowledge of each other, introduced a character into one of their comics called Dennis the Menace. Now, you may or may not have heard of Dennis the Menace. In this country, I can think of his top with red and black sort of colours on it, and Dennis the Menace, and he became quite a cultural hero almost in this country, but in America as well. And it happened ironically in exactly the same year, totally independent companies, independent countries, but they both came out with Dennis the Menace. Now, it's not shattering, is it? It's not earth shattering, but it's still amazing synchronicity. Why that should happen, whether people or a person one side of the pond of the Atlantic had a similar idea at that similar time to somebody over here. Maybe something does happen that stimulates people in similar ways. So first of all, I was going to ask you, did you read comics when you were a kid?
I did read comics, yeah.
You did?
But I read mostly the action figures, Roy of Rovers, what's it called? Yeah, so I read that. Because I love the pictures. It appealed to my young mind, and I actually believed it. As a kid. I thought it was real. Now I know Blackburn Rovers is real, and probably, most writers would base it on an actual person, and then they would add to spice it up and make it more appealing. Because if you wrote anything normal, it's not appealing, is it? But if you spiced it up a little bit, then it becomes appealing. Yeah, so I did read quite a few comic books when I was a kid. I loved it.
Yeah, I think Roy of the Rovers was in the Tiger, because I used to love Roy of the Rovers as a kid as well. But what about information that you as a child or as a youngster were able to get? Now, nowadays, of course, just anything, if we want to ask a question, you either ask Gemini on an Android phone or you go to Google, and it will answer almost instantly any question really that we have about any subject anywhere in the world. So today, people and children as well have got that access to so much information. So if there's things they're not sure about or they're worried about, they can look it up and hopefully reassure themselves. Now, you and I certainly never had that. I mean, I suppose home computers 25, 30 years ago, they started, so not everybody had one, even well into the 2000s. Mobile phones, similarly, really 25 years ago, relatively few people had them. So the world culturally has changed in those ways. But when you were a child, did you think through school and your parents' relations or whatever, your friends, did you gain the knowledge of or the answers to the questions that you would have had as a child? The things we all think about when we're growing up, things that worry us, frighten us, or we're just intrigued about. You may have had a relationship with your parents where you could ask them anything. Some people don't have that. So what was your situation? Do you feel you were given enough information? Or as you got older, did you sort of glean the information you wanted to know as you went along?
I sort of learned most of the things that I wasn't a bright kid, as you can imagine.
You're being modest, cuz. You're being modest, I'm sure.
No, I wasn't a bright kid. I used to ask really dumb questions. I remember in school, I overheard some kids talking about, the birds and the bees, and they were talking about how mom and dad would, go about procreating.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins.
The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us. Please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show. His contribution's thoughtful and smart.